Exponents are mathematical shorthand to express numbers that are multiplied by themselves multiple times. Okay, once we write it down, we'll see a little bit better what it really is. Let's say we wanted to write 3 times 3. Well, an exponent can represent that as 3 squared, or 3 to the second. The exponent just means how many times a number is multiplied by itself. So what about, say, 3 cubed, which is 3 times 3 times 3. The exponent would be 3 because we multiplied 3 by itself 3 times. Say we multiply by itself 4 times. That would be 3 to the 4th. So 3 squared, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, so 3 cubed is 27, and 3 to the 4th is 81. All right, so let's do this in general. For a general number raised to a general exponent, what would that be? Let's get rid of this, and let's put a general form on here. There we go. For any number a except 0, I mean, you could use 0, but it would be kind of boring. A to the n is equal to a times a, and repeated n times. So we have a, n copies of them. N in this case is a positive integer. So let's apply this. Say, for example, we wanted 7 to the 6th. We could write out 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. In exponent form, just 7 to the 6th. You can tell by how long it took me to both write out and say the left-hand side that exponents save us a lot of time when we're trying to write things down. Let's say we wanted 10 to the 5th. That'd be 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. There you go. All right, so now if you've got a feel for positive exponents, let's take a look at negative exponents, the other side of the spectrum. There we go. So 3 to the negative first. What that means is that instead of just 3 to the first, 3 to the negative first means 1 over 3 to the first. Okay, so when you see that negative exponent, the number's going to go in the denominator. Likewise, 3 to the negative second is 1 over 3 squared, or 1/9. Then 3 to the negative third is 1 over 3 cubed, or 1/27. All right, 1 over 3 to the negative second, for example. Now, before getting too caught up and getting confused and worried about this, let's just be very calm. Rewrite this as 1 over 3 squared. Just kind of using what we already know. Now, when you divide by a fraction, you can just flip it. So 1 over 3 squared is the same thing as 1 times 3 squared over 1. Remember, dividing by fractions is the same thing as multiplying by their reciprocals. Same thing goes on here. We've got a little bit different notation, but same rule. All right. So this is equal to 9. This is equal to 3 squared. So when you see that negative exponent, it's going to change the number from being in the numerator to the denominator, or it's going to change it from being in the denominator up to the numerator. It's going to keep the same value for the exponent, though. The negative sign just determines whether it's in the numerator or denominator. Okay, fair enough. Now, let me show another example. Here's an example to get us going. Let's write x to the negative second times 3 squared divided by y to the negative third without negative exponents. Okay. So we're going to take this expression. Now, things with a negative exponent change places. So x to the negative second, since it's on top, it's going to go to the bottom as x squared. 3 squared stays right where it is. All right. Got one more negative exponent to deal with, y to the negative third, and it's in the denominator, so its negative exponent is going to move it up to the top. So there we go. All right, we rewrote the expression without negative exponents. Now, what about fractional exponents?